In today's video, I want to talk about Amara's elemental control build. This is actually one of the very first builds I made for Amara back before the game had even launched. I was putting builds together and I figured like this was going to be probably one of the best builds, and I also said this is going to be the build that I started off playing when the game came out, which I kind of did leveling up, but I kind of went away and I started making the melee build and her phase cast build. But coming back to it, I actually have made the build and dealing with all the new weapons and stuff that we currently have. I was going off no weapons or any items back in the day, so I'm just seeing how everything builds up and seeing where it stands, and I can say that this is probably Amara's best build, or overall, literally just everything in the game. The build I made way back when actually is her best build, and it's actually insane to think about that. Some stuff did change. You can go back and watch the old video if you want to. I had some stuff. I was just like a couple skills that were in different places, but pretty much everything else is the exact same. But starting off, I'm gonna go over the weapons, and one of the main weapons we're using for this is the Nighthawking. This thing is actually crazy for Amara. I think it's also crazy for other characters too, but the reason it's so good for Amara is the fact that it does cryo and incinerate damage, and you can also obviously, since you're Amara, make it do another element. So with this gun, you're doing 3 different elemental types of damage that are largely getting buffed by her Amara's damage skills, and this thing just shreds through everything. It's actually crazy how good this gun is. And a little like tip for it, I see a lot of people just shooting it full auto. I don't really know why people do that, because if you make it the 4-round burst, I think is what it is, you can shoot the gun so much faster. As you see, like it's insane how much faster the gun shoots. So you should always keep it in 4-round burst. But the next gun I'm using is the Butcher. I'm just using this to take out like a tanky enemy. I know some people use the Face Puncher, which it is good. I just like using the Butcher because this honestly takes out the shields. I know the Face Puncher that people normally use to take out shields, this takes out literally everything, but it takes out shields really well too. But the Butcher, like I said, is just used for like a tanky enemy that comes up. Light Udo for balls damage, and then I just have the Laser Exploder. I just like it, and it has a phase cast anoint. For the shield, I'm just using the rerouter. I have it anointed to give me 20% more action skill cooldown rate after my action skill ends. That's literally the only reason I'm using it. I guess it's okay for the damage. I'm using Phase Zerker obviously to get the small amount of rush attacks. I'm not gonna have many, but that gives me a damage boost and even more action cooldown rate, which is just nice. And I'm getting 31% more action skill cooldown rate because of the stat I have on at the bottom. And then finally, I'm using the Rocket Boots class mod. It's just the cryo class mod. It lets you slide faster. I just like it. It gives you 40%. Mine gives me plus 40% more magazine, which actually can make the Hellwalker shotgun plus one of the other skills have 2 shots in it instead of 1, which is really nice if you want to use something like the Hellwalker. But yeah, that's the build for the weapons. If you need more balls damage, you can obviously switch this out for the elemental projector artifact to get your elemental damage, and swap something to like self-ignite yourself. And I'm using the recurring hex grenade I just like it. So starting off with skills, I'm going to go into a Fist of Element skill tree to begin with. And we're taking Anima, which is going to give us more stat effect damage, duration, and whatever action skill element we have does even more damage, which is just very nice. My class mod is also buffing this just by 1 point. It's a nice buff to have. I have Steady Hands just for handling accuracy. I mainly just use this to get to the bottom of the skill tree because I don't really want Infusion, because I feel like Infusion just can mess up some of the builds. I know it's good in some ways, but what I'm going for, it can kind of screw with it. After that, I'm taking Tempest to do more elemental damage, even more with Shock, which is really handy because our action skill element is going to be Shock. And so that means we're just going to have more damage with that, plus 30% more damage with all the other elements, which we're doing cryo and incinerate with that 1 SMG. And again, I have 2 points of wildfire just to get down to the bottom. I might spread every now and then. That's not that big of a deal. Then I'm putting 1 point in dread, so every time I phase grasp an enemy, I'm getting 15% more damage, and I get to reload my gun after I kill that phase grasp target, which is very nice, and my teammates too. But then I'm taking deep well, and I'm getting 20% increased magazine styles of elemental weapons with this, so that's making my Nighthawking, I think, go to 55, I'm pretty sure, which is also crazy. And plus the artifacts give me 40%. So, and then this is letting me reload. So I rarely have to reload the thing. And then I'm taking Indiscriminate to like my bullets ricochet to hit more people, spread more elements, do more damage. It's even better when you have your somebody phase grasp, which you should be having at all times for the most part. Next skill is Sustainment. You get 20% of your health back to the elemental damage you deal with your gun, which is insane because you'll be doing so much elemental damage. You literally will just always be alive. It's crazy how good this skill is. And next I have 2 points in Conflux just because of the class mod I have. It's just giving me a 14% chance to do another elemental effect chance of an extra elemental effect chance, excuse me. It really, I sometimes see it. I really don't. It's really not that much. It's just there because it's the class mod. And then finally, I'm taking Forceful Expression, which is giving me 18% more damage for whatever my action skill element is. So that means all the normal damage I'm doing, I'm just getting 18% more damage of Shock, which is obviously getting buffed with Tempest and Anima. So the Shock is getting increased by a lot. So that 18% is actually a lot more than 18%, which is insane. It's literally adds so much damage. And of course, for the skill I'm using Ties That Bind, so I can link everybody together, and Allure, so I can pull everybody in to link everybody, and you just kill stuff so fast, man. It's actually crazy. And the class mod just giving me 2 points in Clarity. It's actually, I mean, I get a little health regeneration. It's not that bad to have. Plus, the other skill I have, Sustainment, it pairs real well. Then I have Fast Hands. If I ever need to reload, I get more reload speed. You know, I get weapon swap speed to make the 4-round burst, and mode switch speed to make the 4-round burst. Excuse me, weapon swap speed to switch to the Butcher. And then I have 1 point in Do Harm, 1 point in Violent Tempestry, just get down to the bottom. Of course, I'm going to put 3 points in Transcend to get that accuracy and critical hit damage. It's very easy to hit critical hits while they're just floating in the air. Then I have Restless to get 25% more cooldown, which is like crazy. I have so much cooldown. And then I'm using Ascendant to make my Allure pull people in further so I can chain them together more. And then Laid Bare to get 25% increased damage after I use my active skill, which that, you know, also busts with the other one that gives me 15%. And then I'm using Wrath, to give me more gun damage every time I pop my action skill. And so it's 20% normally, then 40% more after I pop it. So that's even more gun damage, which is just, it's insane. And I forgot to mention this, but I'm taking 1 in this just to get down to the bottom. I don't really use the skill at all, and then I have 1 point left, so I'm just putting it from Rest. I get a little bit more charge speed and a little bit more fire rate if you want that. This build is insane. Like this, you can get through so much with this build very easily. Like you can do Slaughterhouse, you can do boss damage if you set the stuff up right. Like it's actually crazy how effective this build is, and I still think it's crazy that I literally like kind of put this build together back in the day, and now this is the one that like everybody seems to be using. But yeah, it's actually very cool. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this build if you're starting on Amara. Like this is definitely the end game build you want to go for. Like I said, you can just do everything with ease. Like you will not be struggling with anything. You have health regeneration, you have damage, you have ad clear, you have everything, man. You have everything that makes a good build, and it's also very fun to play. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the build. And I just want to actually say real quick, if you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate it very much. I just want to say thank you to all the views I've been getting on my channel. I know it's crazy to have somebody say that with only like 600 views, 500 views, but like that's insane for me because I literally like just started posting videos, and like I think one video is like almost at 1,200 views, and it's crazy. And I'm almost at 50 subscribers as well. And I just thank you. Like it's crazy how much the videos are reaching out to people and people are seeing it. And I hope to keep it up. I'm planning on bringing more content. Like I'm gonna try my hardest. And but yeah, that's gonna be everything, guys. Again, appreciate you for watching. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.